the next presentation from the Heritage Organization of Romanians in Minnesota. We'll have Eugenia Popa and Dana Voler.
Hello, good morning here in Minnesota. Good day.
Gina, thank you. Thank you for coming in at the last moment. I think Mihai might be in Mexico right now, and he was trying to join us and is unable to.
No problem. We were on standby. We were on standby.
From one very dear organization, which I happen to present, to another very dear organization where I happen to serve. Gina moved to Minnesota from Bucharest in 1995 with her husband and her son. She's been an educator for 40 years, currently teaches English as a second language in St. Paul's. She's a member of the National Board Certified Teacher there. And in 2019 and 2021, she was selected as the finalist for the Minnesota Teacher of the Year. So quite a very good teacher. Thank you, Gina, for joining us to speak about the latest developments with HORA, the most experienced organization with regards to oral history and developing documentaries. We have exciting news to share.
And thank you, Theo, for inviting us to such an esteemed panel of presenters. It only makes us really, really, really proud to be Romanians and to be included in such a long list of Romanian researchers and businessmen and creators of wonderful, wonderful things. And the fact that we are included, such a small nonprofit organization, into this presentation just validates our efforts to promote the Romanian culture and values among the Romanians and our fellow Americans here in the United States. Let me share. Okay, I am sharing, correct?
Yes, you are sharing. We can do full screen then. Yes.
Okay, sure. Slideshow. Okay. So this is this 2023 year has been an amazing, busy, very, very busy year for HORA. And again, HORA stands for Heritage Organization of Romanian Americans in Minnesota. We started very, very small in 2009. So we've been, we're still a young, very young grassroots organization, but, tiny, small, but very strong and very ambitious. So our motto for this presentation is stronger partnerships, stronger communities. So our efforts this year have been geared towards promoting Romanian culture and values at the local level in Minnesota and throughout the Romanian and diaspora in the United States. And like I said before, among the American public, which is not always informed about Romania and Romanian culture and history and language, and we are very proud of those, and we want the American public to know more about us, because hey, this presentation here, this panel just proves it, right? So we continued collaboration with a like-minded organization locally and across the United States, of course, with Immigration Research Forum, with the Romanian Embassy, with ARCS, Seattle, with all these organizations that have been, present here in this panel, and we are partners of, and we love to collaborate because we have similar goals. And we started new partnerships that we will continue, and we are very proud of that. A big focus for us has been to support and promote youth, Romanian talents, Romanian artists, and because we think that's the future, right? Who are we going to pass the torch to? And we have had great success with that. Romanian interns that have worked with us and participated in our activities, and Romanian artists who conducted some of our activities at HORA. Just to mention some of them, so collaboration with Black Sea Odyssey, which the event was Black Sea Odyssey, but we collaborated with Ethnic Dance Ensemble, a Minnesota-based organization. And that happened at Landmark Center. Of course, Izvorashu Dance Ensemble was present there. Conductor John Omoran, who has been doing this for over 40 years, 40 plus years, that he's been the head of this wonderful, wonderful dance ensemble. Right now, the children, sometimes the grandchildren of the first dancers are in this ensemble. Another activity that we did in collaboration with Roof and Rocco, Chicago, was screening of the first immigration documentary that HORA produced, $1,000 and Back, and that was very well received. Wana Zaik was there to conduct some Q&A after the screening. We had, like I said, Romanian artists that we promoted. So we had wonderful activities like egg painting workshops in collaboration with Jack Thies, who is half Romanian, half Native American. So a wonderful collaboration. Participants were really, really thrilled to learn the art of egg painting around Easter, of course. Something else that we are really proud of is working on teaching others, teaching Americans about Romanian traditions, and cross-teaching is one of our projects that we did this in collaboration with Lakeville Heritage Library in Minnesota. Lots of participants and very, very interested in learning how to do this intricate cross-stitching. Of course, it was baby steps, but hey, there has to be a beginning somewhere. And the participants were thrilled to be there. And our Romanian ladies who were there to teach the participants were very happy to share their knowledge, their art. Another event that we did also with the Lakeville Heritage Library was the screening of the second immigration documentary, Through the Iron Curtains, from Romania. And that was followed by a Q&A that I conducted. And again, the audience was very interested in the topic, and the questions were really substance questions, and there was great interest. And I should announce right now, it's we just we were thrilled yesterday to receive the news that we got the grant to pursue the production. So next year we're going to be in the production phase of the third immigration documentary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We don't have a title for that yet, but that focuses on the Romanian immigration to Minnesota after 1989. So when we started with this project, it was we had the idea of a trilogy. So we started with the 1900s, went through the immigration during communism, and this third documentary will focus on what happened after the Iron Curtain fell, and totally different batch of immigrants with different goals, with different perspectives, with different situations of immigration. So it's gonna be more geared toward a search of identity and the different perspectives of first generation of immigrants and their children, second generation, who some of them were born here in the United States, grew up here, and how do they see themselves rooted in the American culture, but also learning about the Romanian culture, and where are they situated in this documentary. We had another interesting event. An author, a famous author, Ruta Sepetis, who wrote a book about Romania called I Will Betray You. She came to Minnesota, and we were especially invited there and for the promotion of her book, but we were also part of with an exhibit of Romanian traditional costumes. And you can see John Amaran, like I mentioned him before, and the ladies there are taking a picture with him. And this happened again in Minnesota at Lakeville Arts Center. They were wonderful in collaborating with us. Then our Spring Tradition exhibit that we created not last year, but the previous year, traveled again for the second time to the Romanian embassy in Washington, D.C. Special guest again for the second time. And we felt very honored to be there representing Romania during the European Union Day. A lot of visitors. We just added to the number of visitors from the previous year, and the visitors during the exhibit at the Landmark Center when it opened. Like I have mentioned before, we continued collaboration with amazing Romanian artists. We had a concert at the Landmark Center by Romela Laman, a folk artist, who, by the way, is not only a good friend of ours, but he was in a concert at Sala Palatului in Bucharest, like last weekend, in such a company as, you know, well-known artists as Mircea Baniciu, Sheikaru. So Romel is, you know, wonderful in collaborating with us, with HORA, and he's representing well Romanian music, Romanian culture, not only in Minnesota, but back in Romania, and we are really proud of his collaboration. Another folk artist, or maybe this is, yeah, Children's Day. So we celebrated Children's Day along with the day of IE, the Romanian blouse. And again, Izvorașul Dance Ensemble participated there. And I was going to say another well-known folk artist who lives in Indiana, but he has ties with Minnesota, good friends with Romela Laman. His name is Nelu Lazar. He came and he gave a concert in collaboration with us. This happened last summer. And he's going through a tour throughout the United States. I think he was in Chicago as well, Indiana. So he's continuing that. The project that we are most proud of this year is the exhibit Between Superstition and God, Life in a Romanian Village, who was organized in collaboration with our dear friend, historian and exhibit curator, Raluca Octav. She's, you know, behind the mastermind behind this idea. And we opened this exhibit October 1st. It's still running in Minnesota at the Landmark Center. And so far, we have had over 800 visitors. It's a really, really interesting project. And the quality of the exhibit is museum quality. So it's wonderful. We are really proud of this event. We had lots of visitors from across, you know, all walks of life, young, old, Romanians, Americans, whoever steps in. Is fascinated by how much information this exhibit displays. And of course, Izvorașul Dance Ensemble was present at the opening, just to add a little bit of flavor there. Another collaboration that we're proud of was the collaboration with artist Gina Nicolae Johnson, who is always eager to come and teach children how to paint. And as you can see, it was around Halloween, and children were very excited to learn how to paint jack-o'-lanterns. And not only children, you know, whoever wants to participate is invited, and people have a great time. We also had another event in making masks. Our intern, Maya Alexa, was the one who created a PowerPoint presentation about traditional Romanian masks, teaching the audience about Romanian masks and how the history of it. And then we also had the artist, Nicoleta Cornea, who conducted the event, and people had a great time making masks. Again, this was around Halloween. They turned out really great. Another project that we are absolutely thrilled about was the very first Romanian Film Festival in Minnesota. This has been a dream of ours, of mine, I would say, for sure, since we started as an organization. And finally, with the help, the collaboration of Romanian Cultural Institute in New York City, it became a reality. So as you can see, Dorian Branea was present there, and we had 4 movies that we presented. Incredible films, and question and answers following each movie. Really rich discussion. As we all know, Romanian films are really of substance, not feel-good movies, but they lead to interesting reflection and discussions, and this will become a tradition. Dorian promised we will continue this collaboration, so keep an eye for us for next year, because it will happen again. Yes, we had lots of visitors, lots of participants, very proud. Again, we had interns create the banners that you see behind the people and the poster. So this was done, you know, with the effort of our youth. We couldn't be more proud of them for stepping up and helping for this event. The participation was, you know, in its infancy, but, you know, you start somewhere and they will come, build it and they will come. And so we hope that our audience is only going to grow next year. just the beginning. Bill Avery, who used to be with Alianza, he participated as well. And another great news for our organization, we were notified that our website has been selected for the U.S. Library of Congress. So this was another, bang to our 2023 year of hard work, of great effort to share who we are. And it's a great honor that the U.S. Library of Congress recognized our work and selected us for representing the Eastern European organizations in the United States. So that's another great accomplishment for us. And that will conclude my presentation. We wish you happy holidays, a happy new year, Sărbători fericite, un anno fericit, and we will continue to be part of this wonderful panel, and we will continue to work on our mission. So thank you, Theo, for inviting us, and thank you for recognizing all the efforts that HORA is doing in showcasing who we are, because we are great. We are doing amazing things everywhere in the United States, across the world, and we feel very, very humble to be part of such an esteemed group. Thank you very much.
Every year, we're astonished of how much you do and the quality of all the projects that you implement. And it feels like we are the satellites of HORA rather than the Federation being the other. We learned so much from you, from your expertise. Few people realize that all this is done on the shoulders of very few people, and it's incredible. You are the showcase of what expertise sharing is all about. Replicating film festivals. The Seattle one was this year on its 10th edition. The DC one was this year on its 4th edition, and yours starting. Yes, small steps, but the fact that with the little human resources that we have, that we can replicate this in multiple centers, it is absolutely amazing. It is by no mistake that whenever Washington, D.C. needs to have a Romanian-American face, we invite your collections and your organization to represent us, because truly it is quality museum, quality collections of traditional folk costumes, and hopefully we'll have the other collection by Mrs. Octave brought to DC soon. You really do a terrific job at creating that history of who we are as a community. If we don't have a past, we don't have a future. And you've done so much at collecting those oral histories and having them made public and understandable to the wider American public. You have the center in the city, in the center of the city there, where you receive the public, and that is a model for us to follow in other urban centers. I am thrilled to be part of HORA. I feel like a member of HORA, and I feel like a satellite to some degree. And I think there are other people. I think we had Dr. Eugenia Popa, who was at some point in St. Paul, and Dr. Violeta Stan, who was an exchange professor there. So all these people that have such great memories of being part of that community and being anchored to your organization. We are deeply grateful for having you and for all of your efforts.